Hello friends, my name's James. And this is my 1965 Alberg 30 sloop SV Tritea. I have been slowly sailing solo around the world since leaving Los Angeles in 2021. This is Rhonda, a Kiwi sailor who joined me full-time once I reached Sydney. Join us while we explore Indonesia, see the struggles and the magic that come with sailing in Southeast Asia. From the Spice Islands, to the stilt villages, to Komodo, and beyond. This is Indonesia. Good morning from Wangi-Wangi. We're leaving through this very narrow pass, very shallow. Tide's going down, so it's gonna be a little skinny. First light. We've had a fantastic stay here. Loved having that free marina just to like tie up and relax and not have to worry. I didn't have to haul up the anchor today. And we've untied and we're heading off. We have a 45 nautical mile passage today to South Sulawesi, the island of Burton. And let's see if we can get through this pass without bumping bottom. Looks like deep water right here. Diesel. That's my new rule, is I have to read the inlet before I'm allowed to put the key on it. Here's the diesel one. The water one's right here, which is how I made the mix up the other day, which I hope never happens again. We are here at Wangi-Wangi or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. But Bhutan Island. We had to come here to try to find some diesel fuel because we have a lot of motoring ahead of us. We motored here yesterday 44 miles. We had a really good current with this. It only took us 8.5 hours. We need to get 4 jerry cans of diesel. There was no diesel on Wangi-Wangi Wakatobi. So we are here. On Zulu or No Foreign Lands or one of the sites, I can't remember which one, maybe Navionics, I can't remember. There's a contact. People do this pretty regularly here in Indonesia. They'll drop a pin and leave info with someone's WhatsApp number that's like a local person that speaks English that can help you arrange stuff, which has been very, very, very helpful. So there's a young woman here whose family owns like an English homestay and maybe a school or something. Yeah, is it a school?
Teach English.
She teaches English, but it says something about her family owns a homestay. Anyway, so Rhonda contacted her, and she's helping us get diesel sorted out. this morning at 8:30 a.m. I think it's like, I don't know, 6 a.m. right now. So that'll be very helpful. They have a car and everything, and then we obviously will give her money for her assistance and stuff. But it just makes it easier than us just lugging 4 jerry jugs in our wagon, wandering up to the petrol station. She knows the ins and outs and everything. And we arrived yesterday. We could have got it yesterday, but Rhonda texted her and she said, oh, the line's really long today. Yesterday was Saturday. She said, let's do it tomorrow morning. It'll be a lot easier. So, and we'd also, Rhonda had contacted her before we got here and said, do they have Dex Light here, which is the grade of diesel that we want. And she said yes, and that she could help us. So very grateful for that, and grateful for the sailors who put her info on these sites. It makes cruising in a country you don't speak the language, where things are a bit challenging, a lot easier. So I'm gonna get this jerry jug in to the tank. I already got the dinghy down in the water, and once we go get fuel and everything, we're off. We're gonna haul up, head out, and we have a 116 nautical mile drive motor over the next, you know, I don't know, it'll take us a day and a half, I think. If we have the current we had yesterday with us, it'll be awesome, because we were doing 5.29 knots was our average all day yesterday, and that was all due to the current because there was no wind. So hopefully we have a current with us. There's no wind in sight for 7 days on any model, so we're just gonna chip away the miles at the motor, be grateful that we have an iron Ginny, and keep pushing on. All right, it's time for us to head ashore and meet up with our local like tour guide, young woman named Andy, and try to get this diesel sorted out so that we can make way. Okay, we just went and got fuel, which was a huge success. Andy made our lives very easy, so let's chat with them. This is Andy and Icky.
Hi!
And Andy, can you talk just a bit about what you do as far as like helping yachts and stuff like you just did us?
Okay, so I'm here as working as a teacher, English teacher. So I have English school. We're helping the kids here to learn English so they can compete nationally. And then Icky help
Andy for drive for the car, and sometimes help see in our homestay for cleaning.
Yes.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
We have homestay here, and then with the ocean view and everything that you can see sunrise in the morning.
Nice.
So we're also helping the yachts if you're guys coming around Bhutan.
Right. And
Reach me out.
you've done the rallies and stuff?
Yeah, I've done the sailing in 2019 to 2020. It's so much fun, and I'm impressed with my own country. So you guys have to enjoy Indonesia.
Yeah, for sure. and Andy's getting ready to like head to the States for 6 months, which is really cool. She's been before, but she's gonna go for longer. Staying with a family you sailed with at one of the rallies.
Yes.
So that's pretty exciting. Hopefully I can hook her up with some of my people in Los Angeles when she gets around that way to see what's really the good stuff in California. But we found Andy's number on one of the sites. I don't remember if it was No Foreign Land or Zulu or what, but it gave her WhatsApp number, and like, we can't thank you enough.
No worries.
Very grateful. You know, it's really a challenge not having a way around, not speaking the language. Everyone's very kind, but if you can't communicate what you need, it can be a real challenge. So Andy's been a lifesaver. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And
we wish they stay longer, but they aren't in a hurry.
Yeah, we got to get a move on, unfortunately. But if you're cruising through here, definitely reach out, and I'll put Andy's contact down in the description of this video. And I hope you have a blast in the States.
Thank you.
As much as we've had a blast in Indonesia.
Yeah.
So thanks so much, and we'll see you around.
See you.
Okay, we're back on the boat. It's time to haul up. Now, one of the like biggest bummers about Indonesia is the crazy deep anchorages. We're in like 70 feet of water or something like that. Well, we dropped the hook in 70 feet of water yesterday, and I paid out, I don't know, I think 275 feet of chain. We don't have an electric windlass, we only have a manual windlass that's like incredibly slow and tends to get jammed up when it's under tension. So hauling up at these kind of depths is pretty brutal. And it might convert me to finally find the money to buy an electric windlass. The whole reason I haven't installed an electric windlass so far was because I don't want one that doesn't have free fall. And it seems like the ones that are big enough for Tritea that have free fall, they cost like $3,000, which I don't have that kind of money for a windlass. So I've continued to haul it by hand. And I can do it. You just go slow, take your time, and don't get in a rush and hurt your back. But I tell you, that last little bit with the 45-pound anchor and all that chain, if it's in 70 feet of water, very heavy. So let's get to this chore and get the anchor up. Okay. Brutal. Takes about 20 to 25 minutes to get the anchor up at that depth. And that's like with no wind or anything. Brutal. Good morning from the Banda Sea. Pretty quiet night. Motor. We've been watching water spouts, which is fantastic. They didn't show up on the GoPro, but Rhonda got some footage with her phone. Rhonda saw them. I was downstairs working on my computer. Rhonda's like, oh, check this out. Came up, and there were two water spouts, kind of funnel clouds dropping out of the sky. So we sat and watched them for a long time, and they touched down, brought the sea up and everything. That's the first time I've ever seen a water spout touch the sea. So that was pretty exciting. We saw at least 2 or 3 touch down. And now the same squall, it kind of dumped its payload of rain, and there's still a couple funnel clouds attempting to come out of it. But pretty interesting to finally see a water spout after all these years at sea. I've seen many funnel clouds coming down, like forming, but never seen any come all the way down to to kick up the sea like that. Really cool. Well, really cool as long as it's downwind of you. We're like, I don't know, 20 something miles from the atoll at Taka Bonerate National Park, and looking forward to getting in and getting the hook dropped. We are approaching the atoll. It's been so weird for the last few hours to know that we're like heading towards our anchorage, which was close by, and there's nothing visibly that we could see that we were pointing at. Now that we're close, we can see like quite a few boats, like local boats, Indonesian boats, but no land whatsoever. No sort of like signifier that you can anchor in this enclosed ring of coral. We read that the entrance is very wide. We have friends who just came in here, I don't know, like 4 days ago, and we looked at their track. Navionics is like way out, and we were unable to download the satellite images for it. I'm not too worried about it because everything I've read and has said that it's a really wide, kind of like easy entrance. And someone on Navionics, an active captain, sounded the way through the pass and then to the anchorage, which is amazing. What a great community we have. So we're gonna point for their soundings, and then we're just gonna drive around and look at the coral and see the path. It'll be very obvious. We have really good sun, and it's kind of the perfect conditions for us to enter. One of us will probably be up here on the Rattlins, keeping an eye out. And yeah, we're just gonna drive up, have a look, and drive in. But I am grateful for whoever sounded that out, because Navionics charts are wildly out, wildly out. So let's get it done. I'm up on the Rattlins. I can't really see much discoloration. I can see dudes on the reef, but maybe the pass is just so wide that we can't see the discoloration. That's what I'm hoping. But we're just gonna kind of creep our way in now. What's our depth?
35.
All right, we made it through the pass. Pretty easy, right?
Yeah, not too bad at all.
Yeah, we just followed the soundings, and we had Google Maps with the satellite image open on our phones, just as a cross-reference, and that was pretty accurate, we found.
Really accurate. Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah, way more accurate than Navionics.
Now we're just following these soundings that led us safely through the pass to the anchorage. An Australian couple we met in Wangi-Wangi are anchored over here, so we'll say hi to them again. But yeah, we're inside this giant atoll. This atoll is 4 miles wide, but pretty decent depth. It's not crazy deep like the rest of Indonesia. It's like 44 feet right now, which is nice. The anchorage is supposed to be 20 feet, which sounds dreamy to me. So now we just, what do we got? How far we got? 0.2 miles? Oh, no, 2 miles. So we have 2 miles to go to the anchorage here inside the reef, or inside the atoll. Then we can drop the hook. We got anchored in 20 feet of water. Took us forever to find a spot to anchor. So many bommies. So many bommies. It's like every time I would find a sandy patch, I would look to where we're gonna lay the chain out, and there'd be a huge bommy that we were gonna go over. So I was standing on the bow and Rhonda was driving. But we finally found a spot in 20 feet, which is really nice after anchoring in like 70 feet and multiple times. Stoked. Now I'm gonna go for a swim, cool off after a long passage, and can't wait to see what the snorkeling's like here at this atoll. you enjoy the content on this channel and would like to contribute, you can consider joining the Patreon crew. Thanks for watching. Fair winds until next time.